Want it? You got it. Reality radio done right. No nonsense, real and raw, just like you like it.
He's corrupt, he's inexperienced, and he lies.
Broadcasting from a broom closet in the Arizona Lotus Studios, it's Beef Vegan Presents.
Yo, welcome back to the show. It's Beef Vegan Presents live on Rock 102.1 KFMA, streaming worldwide at KFMA.com on this beautiful Wednesday, September 17th. Good morning, Yaz Bunny.
Good morning.
Oh, say it with some pep. Put some pep in your step.
I need some caffeine.
Yes, I know. And good morning, Tucson. Thank you guys for tuning into the show. Miss Kendall was supposed to be in today, but she went to 9 Inch Nails yesterday.
She wants to go have fun.
Yes, being young, having fun.
Yeah.
That's what they do. The 9 Inch Nails show was pretty interesting. I shared a bunch of her stories to the Rock 102.1 KFMA page if you wanted to see the setup. What was very cool about it was the stage where Trent Reznor and 9 Inch Nails performed was very small on one side of the arena. Very small and not too many bells and whistles, right?
Okay.
It was just a little square. And then directly across from it on the other side of the arena was this big projector cube, and basically it was set up to be like, hey, we're actually over there. We're the giant 80-foot men that are on the screen over here. Pay no attention to what's over here.
Okay, Oz.
Yeah, they did the Wizard of Oz kind of setup. It was wild. In fact, I'll pull it up here just so you could see exactly what I'm talking about. But Kendall's seats weren't necessarily good. They were from the station, and they were our giveaway seats.
Right.
So it was an extra. Someone returned. So it wasn't that great. But at the same time, it didn't matter. It still ended up being great seats just because the setup.
Yeah.
Which was a trip and made me wish I was at that show even more. To be honest with you. All right. So okay. So that's just regular stage, right? So
Okay.
that small ass stage.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they were performing on. So this is the opening act, right? That's the drop down screen where they look at.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what you're gonna see here is that's behind it. That's not the best example. Okay, so that's this little small ass stage where they're performing, and then that's the performance screen cube.
Okay.
That is on the other side of the arena, and it's they're more prevalent here. You can kind of see that.
Layout. Yeah.
Let's see this way. Okay. So there's some people there. That's just a cube. They're not even performing right there. They're just a cube. I don't know. The whole thing was a trip. So yeah. So there's the performance cube, and then over there's the stage where they're performing.
Oh my gosh.
Right?
Okay.
Isn't that a trip?
Yeah.
So it's in a way, we're kind of in a future and stuff where, obviously presentation is key,
Mhm.
and they needed to take a big chunk of this arena out of the equation and couldn't sell tickets for that area just so they could have the stage set up there for the projector so everyone could see Trent Reznor as an 80-foot god.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was pretty cool. So that was 9 Inch Nails last night. We have listener bait today for, a couple shows. Of course, we still have Diamondbacks tickets for the Dodgers. So you can win Yaz's tickets. That's going to be happening. Oh yeah, that's going to happen. And then we're also, we have Tucson Games and Gadgets in today. Yes, we have 3 days in a row of tap outs. Yesterday we had Rocco's little Chicago pizza. Today we had Tucson Games and Gadgets. Tomorrow we have Transit Tea. So we're hooking you up with all different types of stuff. And we also have tickets for Sabaton, which I'll be giving away here shortly. But with that, over the weekend, of course, we were watching the NFL. It's great to see the NFL back in action. And at the Cardinals game, someone threw out a green dildo, right? Was that how you said it was a Cardinals game?
I think it was a Seahawks game.
Oh, Seahawks game.
I
thought it
don't
was
know.
only one game, and it ended up being 3 different games. This green dildo trend of 2025, which initiated during the WNBA season, which seemed wildly inappropriate, sexist, rude, is now at least not sexist.
So did you get to the bottom of it?
The dildos got to the bottom of me.
Whoa.
All right, so yeah, no, I don't know. I mean, I know that the 3 different games. The first one that was thrown was during the Jaguars-Bengals matchup.
Okay.
That was soon after someone scored a touchdown, so I guess it's a way to celebrate. Then came a dildo near the end zone as the Jets were attempting to score against the Bills. This one wasn't green, though. And then after that, the Bears-Lions game featured another dildo intrusion, this time back to green. So 2 out of 3 were green. And it's a very expensive, it's not even a prank. I don't even know what it is at this point.
I don't know what it is, yeah.
But it costs like $30 to $60 for a green dildo these days.
Yeah, it sounds like 2 kept it consistent. One was a copycat.
Right. And that's is it the TikTok generation? Have you seen? Is it a Discord chat group? What is it?
I don't know what the hype is.
Right. Or what the giggle is all about, at the end of the day. We've all seen dildos, you know what I mean? Some of us have a massive collection of them, but, not anyone here, but I'm saying some of us out there could do that. Yeah. So anyways, with that said, there's a really, I don't know what the whole hype is. So, did you, would you ever throw your sex toys out on the field, bear down, for the U of A game?
I don't have any.
Okay. That's a good answer. That's a lie,
That is not a lie.
Straight up lie.
Yeah. Adam, don't sneak in late. If you're going to show up on the show up on time. Grab a seat. All right. So we got Cowboy Adam in studio as well. Let's get this show moving, and we'll start off with a pair of tickets to the Sabaton Legends on tour. That's happening on February 18th at Arizona Financial Theater with Pop Evil and Wings of Steel. If you want to go to that show for free, caller number 10 right now, 600 KFMA, 605-362. You'll score my first pair of tickets, but it won't be my last. So stick around. You got your morning moron coming up after music from 3 days. All right, we're live on the podcast broadcast, a full show here. Let's see. Kendall, scoot over just a little bit. No, other way. Yeah. And then, Cowboy Adam, you squeeze in. Sparky, I don't think you're outside. I think you're messing with us. But I do know a good way to smuggle in a dildo. In fact, actually, I did show earlier this morning, real quick, as we're going to pop back on. I did show that AZ Family did a clickbait post. It was such a shady way to get engagement, which I recognize it because, we do that stuff too. Mm-hmm. Like, Bro Bible just put out a list of the best live action Batman ranking, right? Who do you think they put number 1 for best live action ranking?
Obviously.
Or Batman.
Oh, Batman.
I'm going to guess Christian Bale.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because that would be a strong argument for Christian Bale. But they didn't put Christian Bale. They put Robert Pattinson. And the reason why... That's why they did it. They did it for that reaction. It's called the troll post. And that's how we actually marketed the show on social media when we first started, was to put together a list and then throw something so obviously not on that list in that list, just so people are like, oh, we did it with Nickelback, really. We're like top 10 greatest bands of all time. We just throw Nickelback in there, right? Just to enrage people.
Oh, yeah.
And it's something that honestly Barstool became like masters at.
Mm-hmm.
But Bro Bible's doing the same thing when you saw that. Because I look at the list, I'm like, okay, yeah, let's see who the best Batman is. Oh, fuck you guys. Yeah, I know exactly what you're doing.
Yeah.
And a stupid argument. Patman is okay, but just okay. We'll see what the second movie's like. What's your favorite Batman, Adam?
Actually, it shows my age, but the very first one.
Okay, Adam West.
Yeah.
You're not that old.
No, not that.
That's the very first one.
The movies.
Okay. Well, there was a Batman movie with Adam West. Who's your favorite Batman villain?
Nicholas. Damn it! Why can't I think of his name? The Joker. The original
That's
Joker.
not what he wants you to say.
That's not what I want you to say. Who's
He
your
wants-
favorite
Damn it.
Batman
He wants you
villain?
to say Two-Face.
Why can't I? Oh, shut up.
Oh.
Do the
Such
thing
a-
again. No, do the thing again. So earlier we had this on video.
God.
I got to make
Oh
a
my
clip of it, but
God.
I don't know where it is on the video. But okay, so we're having fun with Bell's palsy, right? Because
You're sick.
no,
You're
because
sick.
you got to turn negative into a positive, and we find the laughter in these things, and and for a swifter recovery. But so Yaz realized halfway through a bit that like she could see Adam to her left and she could see the screen in front of her. And she noticed that the reaction that she was seeing on the screen was different than the reaction she was seeing in her peripheral because Adam's has the half reaction. It's the left
couldn't
side.
see a smile on the screen, but I noticed there was a smile to my left
Yeah.
because he was facing like this.
And so we had him do like the
So
side.
I went like this, and then I went like this.
Yeah. It's amazing. It's amazing. So it's a new superpower.
Cowboy Adam.
Yeah,
Where is he?
Rock on a
Where
2.1
is he?
KFMA. We're live on the podcast broadcast, having fun here this morning. And you can join us youtube.com/BeFegan. There you're going to see the troll post that AZ family posted just to trick people into thinking that, there's inmates in Phoenix jails, but smuggling arsenal. And when I say arsenal, I'm not just talking like a weapon so impressive. You're like, damn, girl, you could take all that. But it's not what it seems. We'll explain on the podcast broadcast. Also, we come back. There was a throwback movie experience that Yaz had. And the reason why watching a movie that came out 20 years ago in theaters today is a whole new experience that you might want to do. We're going to talk about that right after music from Sheen Doc. Here's Killing Fields of Rock 2.1 KFMA. Clear. All right, so that's a good tease, and then we'll talk about your 9 Inch Nails experience. But
I also want to say the best Batman is Michael Keaton.
Yes.
That's the one he was talking about. Yeah,
With Jack Nicholson.
yeah, because 89 because he
I
came
don't know
out.
why I couldn't think of Jack Nicholson.
We were
Like,
9 when that came out, and it was amazing, and Batman, like, you wouldn't even understand, like, the culture of the phenomenon that Batman was at that time. The Batman logo was everywhere.
Had the Prince soundtrack.
Yes, it was fantastic. And I remember one of my favorite rings, and I'm going to have to do this here soon because I went down to Nogales when I was 9-10 years old, and Nogales hasn't changed at all, right,
Wow.
for this entire time. There was a Batman ring that I got, which would turn my finger green, but it was the Batman logo, my favorite thing ever. And I lost it. And I kind of now I just recently talked about it and remembered it. And now I might want to go down to Nogales and have them make the Batman ring for me again. Is that weird?
Yeah.
It is weird for how big your eyes
Weird.
are.
Come
Yeah.
on, man. Batman's forever.
All right. Well, let's
Batman's
Here, let's
forever.
watch a little of this clip. It looks like I'm yelling at Yaz. Let's see what I was yelling about.
You
Oh,
better
no.
not.
I
You
think
know
Shiel gets caught with gun on person, right? They
Oh
show
my
an X-ray.
gosh.
Look at this X-ray. Look at this, right?
You're lying.
I'm not lying. This is actually posted on their Facebook page. And now, if you look, you see an X-ray outline of a man's body, and then it looks like in his cavity has a gun with an extended magazine in it.
That
like
is
this
very
dude,
much extended.
yes, it looks like he's gonna take out everybody in jail. But then I did some digging because you know what? Once you read past the comments and everyone's talking about prison purse this and yada yada yada,
mhm.
and I can only fit in a 9mm. He didn't have it in him. It wasn't in his cavity. Like he actually went by 2 different pat down searches
Uh-huh.
until they went through the scanner to see that he was packing this in his pants. So he did not
Oh.
put it in his man purse, so to speak, his
Okay.
prison purse,
Uh-huh.
where they smuggle a lot of stuff.
Okay.
Right? I seen it. This was actually just shoved down his pants and then positioned around a way where the guards patted him down.
Mhm.
They just thought he was packing heat, literally.
Literally.
Yeah. So, don't fall for the clickbait that AZ family did. So shame on you, AZ family, for making me think this guy smuggled an arsenal in his beehole, because that would have been hilarious. And now I just got to report on actual news. That's
would've-
not as funny and pretty terrifying, actually.
Yeah.
Headlines coming up next. So Yaz was just talking about how, AZ family does it all the time. I've noticed KLD do it too.
They're owned by the same company. So
Right.
all Gray Media does that.
Yeah.
They do the big alert, big letters, and it's like 3 kids died, and it's like, what? Oh, somewhere in Michigan.
Right. Which is still bad. It's still,
Yeah, but they made it seem like it's
It was local.
Yeah. Yeah, it's right
So-
down there all the time. Same thing they did just recently for the zoo. KOLD did this where they said, they're asking people to donate their pets to feed like the lions or something. And so immediately Reed Park had to comment. Reed Park Zoo was like, hey guys, this is not us, right? just to clarify,
That's
because Reed Park Zoo
right.
started getting so much like hate from locals being like, how dare you? Be like, no, this isn't like Denmark or something, dude. You know, Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. Hanging out here on the podcast broadcast with the full crew. And, you know, last night, our ladies here, they entertained themselves. They both had different experiences, but were completely just enjoyable. Let's talk about first the throwback movie experience that you had watching Superbad. We've all know and love the movie Superbad, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And, you know, it's so crazy that, you know, that I think this is a brilliant idea for Harkins or any movie theater. The Loft usually does it for the classic films.
Yeah.
To be able to do that. But when you watch it, it's different than just watching it in the movie theaters in the first run, right?
Takes you back.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember seeing Superbad for the first time in 2007.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
You were a baby then.
I didn't know anything about life. No, Harkins does this really cool thing Tuesday nights where they put out classic movies, but it's like going in there and seeing this movie in theaters with your friends and like a room filled with like anywhere from teens to adults.
But
you know?
fanatics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I saw a guy with their McLovin shirts and like people quoting and laughing. And I mean, me and my friends had a blast.
See, and this is the kind of things it reminds me of like Rocky Horror Picture Show, or most recently at the Loft, I watched The Room, which is that classic film, you know, where Tommy,
The worst movie
ever made, right? But it made it a pleasurable experience because people are calling out and participating in the film. And I would never even assume that you could do that with other movies.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Superbad, since it's one of those movies that as we grew up, we've all watched at least 20 times.
Yeah.
Do you think that's arguably the last good comedy movie that we had?
No.
Like what recently has been that good?
Well, there
you
was,
know?
I mean, obviously in the aughts, that R-rated raunchy comedy trend of like 40-year-old virgin and all the
Zach and Mary make a porno.
yeah. Like that was part of the genre, right? And it seemed like we got too PC. But I feel like it's coming back. The R-rated comedy is coming back. In fact, actually, Yaz just showed me basically what looks like another Tropic Thunder starring Jack Black.
And Paul Rudd.
Yeah. And what's the name of that movie?
Oh, gosh. I didn't save it.
It's basically like, they're on the scene. It's a movie within a movie documenting like Anaconda, but they use a real snake to do the film. And, you know, it looks hilarious and gruesome as hell. So
I guess it's called the
Anaconda
Anaconda.
reboot.
there you go. Yeah. So, you know, that, hey, so, you know, speaking of movies, did any of you watch the Charlie Sheen documentary?
I started watching it,
I've
but I
only
haven't.
seen some highlights and clips from what they're showing online.
Okay. It's crazy. That's the highlights and clips don't do it justice at all. Yeah, the things that he admits in this documentary, which is well done. It's a 3-hour documentary.
Whoa.
2 90-minute parts. Yeah.
Okay.
Part 1 is growing up Charlie Sheen and being a party boy, right?
Mhm.
Of like, you know, and this is the indulgence of like, I'm sleeping with the most attractive women in the world and I'm a movie star and I grew up in Malibu. My best friend was Sean Penn and we're just like surfer bros and, you know, like silver spoon type stuff, right? And then part 2 is like, and then I got introduced to crack. And then, the slippery slope right after that with 2.5 Men and everything. And hearing his quotes and lines in this is insane. But do you know how Charlie Sheen got whittled himself off of crack?
I saw the
Oh.
clip of his dealer putting less and less into his substances.
So
Yeah,
this
they tricked him.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he was so addicted to crack, but his crack, of course, he's Charlie Sheen. He's a Mr. $20 million an episode type guy. So he can afford the world's best crack, which is still not even as good as the world's best weed or the world's worst weed. But anyways, yeah, his the intervention was they went to his crack dealer and they're like, help us out, bro. Make his crack less like weaker and weaker as it goes. And that's what he did. It started making his crack less potent and over time kind of whittled him off as almost like nicotine gum for crack. And it worked. And that's how he got off crack. And he started smoking straight baking soda. And he's like, this is whack.
That's actually brilliant. I mean, come on. When
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah. I
when
mean,
you got people who are going to do something like that for you.
yeah, when you
Right.
have a crack dealer that cares that much about you, and when the crack dealer is like, literally is like, hey, my entire lifestyle was funded by Charlie Sheen. He had a customer of one. He was like literally buying $15,000 worth of crack at a time.
Right.
So this guy would get a new car, down payment on a house, all based off Charlie Sheen's crack habit.
He has a whole business, a whole everything.
You know, another.
But if he kills his
town.
business, then his income's gone. So he had a good incentive for wanting to wean him off.
I
And
hope
he
he
still did.
invested.
Yeah, and this is the first documentary that I saw a crack dealer, a personal crack dealer, be interviewed during throughout the documentary.
How does that work?
And they don't like hide his identity.
Right.
He's just like, yeah, I sold a lot of crack.
Like
Like, this is on Netflix, bro. Everyone's gonna see it. The jig is up.
Well, maybe the statute of limitations is up or something, you
No,
know? Because
there's
it's been a minute,
The
right?
crack statute of limitations is a little longer than 10 years. I
I need
think.
someone to explain this to me. Why
Yeah.
isn't this man?
In jail right now. I know. It's insane. It's insane.
I sold crack.
Here's another fascinating quote from Sean Penn. Sean Penn is seen throughout this entire documentary, chain smoking like a champ, still looking pretty rugged and handsome. But he's like, okay, so here's the deal with cocaine. This is my Sean Penn. All right, the thing with cocaine is you get high on cocaine and you want to do all these like deviant sexual things. It brings out the deviant within you, right? But if you do a lot of cocaine, as a man, it prevents you from doing those things because you can't get it up, right? Charlie Sheen can do cocaine and get it up. And that was the quote. He's like, that's why he was able to do all the deviant things that cokeheads want to do but can't. He could do it, and that was the problem with Charlie Sheen. It's crazy.
And then
Right.
you bring in Hunter Biden and then breaks down what crack cocaine is. And
Did
science
no,
behind it.
Hunter Biden wasn't in it.
No. I'm just saying.
Okay,
You
I
saw
was
that
just like-
interview, right? No. I'm saying
Yeah.
scientifically, you should have brought in Hunter Biden to crack down crack cocaine.
Well, honestly, that's the same problem with Hunter Biden because I seen the sex
interviews.
tape and everything.
Oh.
Hunter Biden had the same issue of as Charlie Sheen. They're both blessed physically and had the ability to keep it up while on cocaine, which, you know, God was like, I'm going to create this drug, but make sure you can't get a boner when you want to do these weird things. But a couple devils slip through the crack and then smoke crack. So that's the Charlie Sheen documentary in a nutshell. Let's keep this conversation moving on the podcast broadcast. We got Kendall's reaction to 9 Inch Nails last night and so much more.
Uh-oh.
You can join us, youtube.com/beefvegan. All right, so I had to record that as well. Charlie Sheen. If you guys watch it, let me know in the comments. And do you like the fact that the comments are popping up on the screen as we go? Or you want me to individually put on comments there? It's something new that let's see, Stacy's mom commented on there. It's something new that StreamYard's doing. So, you know, they're constantly, which is good because I spend so much money a month on this stupid program. But they're constantly upgrading the platform.
Was that documentary on Netflix, by the way?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
100%. Rock One 2.1, who's this?
Hey, Beef, it's Ashley.
What's up, Ashley?
I just wanted to say thank you for those tickets for the Nine Inch Nails concert.
So,
It was phenomenal.
so you went too. Okay, you were probably sitting close to Kendall then. Were you up on the upper deck as well?
Yeah, but because I took my kids, I bought 2 extra tickets. So and nobody sat by where me and my daughter were. So
Okay.
we all got to sit together.
I was
Nice.
worried for a second you were the lady in front of me because she had her husband yell at me.
Really?
So I'm
What
very
did you
thankful.
do?
Oh no!
I didn't do anything.
Oh
so,
heck no!
Yeah. Yeah, you would have been on my side.
Yeah, but tell me what the husband
yeah.
did to yell at you.
So I had a fan, right?
Okay.
I pack a fan with me because I'm a Southern Belle and I get hot. So
Okay.
I'm
Southern
cooling
Belle.
myself down.
That's what she does.
And
yeah.
I had my legs crossed. And so because I was fanning, my whole body's like shaking. So I was accidentally kind of kicking the back of this woman's seat.
Oh.
I didn't realize it.
Okay.
And then she didn't have the courtesy to say anything nicely.
Right.
So she had her husband say something meanly.
What did
to
he
me.
say?
He just was like, "Can you stop kicking her chair?" That's what he said.
Was that just doesn't sound that mean, right?
No, but it wasn't like, "Hey, like, do you mind? Like, I think you're accidentally like I wasn't like intentionally." He said it like, "Can you stop kicking her chair, the back of her chair?"
Yeah, yeah.
It's more like that.
Right. And you're like, I'm sorry, are we at a rock show? I like the rock, and my feet like the rock. That chair.
It was an
Exactly.
intermission.
Yeah. So you got closer to the stage there, Ashley. Did you like the big screen setup? Because what it looked like to me and the way we were talking about it on the podcast broadcast earlier today is it was like a Wizard of Oz setup. There's like a small stage on one side of the arena, and then the other stage is the big projections, right? Is that how it was?
Yeah, and they kept bouncing back from stage B to like the main stage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, nice.
Yeah. The visuals were phenomenal, and the sound quality was good. I mean, I've been to a couple concerts where the sound quality was terrible, but nope, Trent did it up.
Yeah. He was on point.
I love arena shows for that. Just the fact that usually the sound in arenas way better than amphitheaters and definitely stadiums. Stadiums suck balls, legitimately. So that's awesome. And what time did you get home? Because Kendall got home at like 1:00 last night.
Mm-hmm.
Same.
Okay. Nice. Well, at least you made it home safe and all that stuff. I'm so glad that you and your family got to enjoy the 9 Inch Nails show. Thanks for sharing. And I'm actually going to play back this call right after these commercials here.
All right, Beef.
All right, Ashley. We'll talk to you soon.
Okay. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Yeah, it was awesome. So, you didn't tell me that you almost got into a fight with some lady and her husband.
And then it was the same dude that was yelling at the opener, "Boo, get off the stage." So
Oh.
I was not this guy's friend.
Dude, how can you? First off, they can't hear you. You're in the nosebleeds, dumbass. You know what I'm saying? And they're like, "Oh, sorry, the guy who paid the least amount of money for his tickets isn't happy with us right now." Like, what?
It's so infuriating because it's like, do you have any idea? Like, you can't do what this guy's doing whatsoever.
Right.
So shut your mouth hole.
Yeah. Yeah.
So John had to kind of like, simmer me down a little bit because
that's good.
Yeah, I was spicy.
I'm surprised John didn't throw him off the balcony there.
I wanted him to throw me off the balcony because I wanted to go into the mosh pit.
Nah.
Was there a mosh pit?
There was, but it was empty. It was like it was going sometimes, but it wasn't like wild.
Right.
Which is what I want,
Wild. She wants
We're
wild.
going to have more on that here in a little bit. Earlier this morning, we did our F My Life, in case you missed. I didn't record F My Life, but we did this. Check this out on the podcast broadcast on Monday. She's a beautiful girl, exotic dancer, right? And the Dark Hours at the Rock is all about, basically a PG-13 version of like a strip show where it's erotic arts. And they invited Rico out to take some pictures as he's a photographer and film. And he jumped at the opportunity. He's like, yeah, absolutely. So he goes, he grabs his like tightest black no sleeve shirt, right?
Mm-hmm.
Gels up his hair all smooth and stuff.
Was he going to take the stage too?
I mean, you might as well at that point. He was dressed for the occasion, but then he posted his bathroom selfie and he said, be right back. I got to transfer 126 gigs. And I'm like, dude, this guy filmed every second.
It is not that serious, Rico. Like, learn to limit yourself. You don't need all the content. You don't.
Serious, dude. And then so just keep a lookout for that, that 3-day long reel posting on Instagram here soon of half naked women. I'm sure it's going to look fantastic.
I hope he knows Noah's going to watch a 3-minute video.
I know. He doesn't. All right. Let's see. We got just enough time for some headlines. So let's do this here. Got a couple stories. Okay. Now, this is crazy. Now, when you're watching a video on social media, a lot of times you got to watch like an advertisement just to see the video.
Yeah.
That's a fair trade. Free content to get a little bit of advertising and marketing. Did you know in China, you got to watch ads just to get toilet paper in a public stall?
No.
Yes. That is a thing, and it's growing in popularity. And somebody posted this on Instagram showcasing the ridiculousness of marketing and forced marketing that they have to do in China.
Product placement everywhere.
Everywhere. So look, I'll show you right here. You're going to see this. So you got to scan the QR code. You have to watch a video on your phone. And then after you watch the video on your phone, then they will dispense toilet paper. Now me, I'm a super wiper. So I'd have to watch like an hour's worth of commercials. Yeah.
Super wiper, huh?
Yeah. Sometimes, but that's what they do in China. And
that's wild.
Yes. The future is bleak and it's coming this way. Trust me. If people are like, oh, that's how we can get people to watch commercials. Ugh.
I do hate that now on Sundays. I can't comfortably be on Twitter to watch highlights, like NFL highlights. There's like a 7-second ad before every single little clip. And I'm like, scrolling and it's the same ad.
Uh-huh.
NFL's messing with me.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's just the world that we live in now. So we're these on-demand ads are going to be just forced upon us for anything that we want to see, even for the stuff that we pay for, like an Amazon Prime. It's like, why am I watching commercials if I'm paying for this? It's weird. All right, well, speaking of television, the Emmys were just the other night, and even though Survivor didn't win Best Reality Competition Show, that went to The Traitors. Survivor was the most popular Emmy-nominated series, racking up 462.4 million viewing hours. You watch Survivor?
No.
Yeah, neither do I.
That was the end of good television.
Right. Well, yeah. I mean, it's still on. The White Lotus is a distant second in the most popular, with 210.7 million hours consumed.
They didn't win anything.
No, they got snubbed too. So the two
yeah.
most popular shows were the two shows that won nothing.
That's crazy.
I know.
I mean, I've never seen Adolescence, and that won everything.
I know.
I've never seen that.
Or The Pit. And I'm tempted to watch The Pit.
Listen, I've heard really good things. My friends watched
But you haven't watched it
I haven't
either.
watched it.
Yes, exactly.
You know what I have watched? The show
Yeah.
with Seth Rogen.
Yeah, it's not called The Show.
Yeah, it's the studio. The
Yeah, there you
studio.
go.
The
Yeah.
studio. That's really good.
Well, good. If you give me your Apple Plus password and we'll
Okay.
talk about it.
Yeah.
And finally, in good news, doctors have developed special eye drops for people with long-sightedness that could replace the need for reading glasses or surgery. All you got to do is drop some eye drops in, and then boom, you can see. So the future is upon us. We have to watch commercials to wipe our ass, but then we just drop a little, eye drops in our eyes to be able to see like an eagle.
Okay.
It's a fair trade.
I give it a shot.
Yeah, absolutely.
Listen, you guys and your smelling salts and your eye drops.
We want all the biohacks, okay?
Yeah, you do.
All right, in a little bit, I'm going to play what could be a great recording, audio performance of Gentleman Problems. Did you hate that song? Be honest.
I hate all your songs.
Really? I mean, are you just saying that to be a hater, or did you just hate?
Yes, I'm saying that to be the hater.
Yeah.
On this morning show.
Okay. Well, and that's good. That is your role.
My role is to say, "Oh, hell no," when you say, "I got a song for you." Oh.
We're actually working on a segment for Yaz. That's something like that. You're like, Yaz said, like, oh,
that
hell
is the
no.
segment.
Yeah.
That is a segment.
100%.
I think you did one hell of a job. And yeah.
See, there you go. Adam liked it, but that's why I didn't have you on the screen, because I can't have you reacting positively. Because when I edit it together, it's going to be like me doing my little.
We would have me and him would have the same face.
Oh, only because the angle, but the one side of his face was really rocking, and I would have saw I was reading too much at the time. Nick did do a comment here. If you want to get real, Nick, which is Redbeard, and you know me, I'm always honest. He said or asked, where is it? Okay, will beef confirm or deny smoking the hash in Tent City that was butt smuggled? Right?
What?
Yes.
Tent City.
Yeah. I spent time in Tent City. And I can 100% confirm that I did smoke stuff that was out of people's butts. 100%. The cigarettes and everything that's in jail was butt smuggled. And you know this when you're like, And in fact, actually, when my friend Danny would call me on a cell phone when he was in prison, we never would be able to talk about anything because I would just be making fun of him the whole time for having a phone so close up to his face when it was in somebody's ass. Because that's what happens to get stuff in jail. Yeah. So that's a confirmation. Yeah. Rock 1 2.1 KFMA. She said,
Well,
very interesting.
Things that make you go.
I'll give you some commentary later on that subject.
On butt smuggling?
Yeah.
And smoking? Well, no. So Redbeard just asked on the stream if I would confirm or deny smoking hash that was butt smuggled when I was in Tent City. And the reality is everyone that smokes anything in Tent City or jail now, because Tent City's not a thing, it was all 100% butt smuggled. All of it. You know, which could be different now because when we were showing that X-ray clip, clickbait that AZ family posted, the story behind it was that gun was not butt smuggled at all.
At all, yeah.
It was just smuggled in their pants. And the thing is, I'm like, what are they doing differently now in jail? Because it used to be such an intrusive experience. You get traumatized by it. You'd have to get naked in a row of other dudes and squat and cough, and they would look deep inside your soul, like legitimately, right? It was not good. And definitely another reason why you don't want to go to jail. But with this, now they're doing pat downs and then doing an X-ray. So they took out the intrusion, which in one way, I understand that's like human rights and good for you for not like sexually assaulting, prisoners, right? Because that's what it feels like.
Right.
But at the same time, like, as someone who's been in that situation, like, how dare you take it away after me? You know what I mean? Like, why did you stop before I went in there?
Beef still thinks about those.
Yeah,
nights.
dude, it sucked. It sucked. It was not cool.
Horrible.
Yeah, and then you, of course, you're not trying to look, you know what I mean? But there's judgmental eyes, peripheral. I'm like, huh. They're looking at the line and be like, where do I stack up? Where do I rank in this line of naked dudes as far as alphaness? And there's only one way to measure alphaness, and it's in inches, right?
Yeah, they're going to be like, that's the biggest hemorrhoid I've ever seen. Inches upon inches.
That
Yeah.
was way before my head rolling time. But, I've never been king of the lineup, so to speak. You know what I mean? And it's something that secretly I coveted and wish I would be. And because you could see the confidence in a man who's king of the lineup, who's standing there naked amongst everyone else and does one of those. And goes, huh. Yeah, it must be a great feeling. I don't know, man. I don't know, but it must be a great feeling. You would never understand, would you?
Listen, I'm done commenting on this. I'm done.
I can only imagine that's what's going on in the bathroom urinals too, right? Same kind of experience in a way. You're looking over, looking over.
You're not allowed to look at the bathroom urinals.
No?
No. Because first off,
There's a code.
Yeah, you're not forced to be there, right? Secondly, no, there's so many different codes. Yeah, there is a code. You look straight ahead, everything else. So, all right. Well, while we got a little bit of time, I want to see where you're at, mentally all the way through, because on this show, as you know, I like to play games. So let's do a round of the 5-second rule. Okay. Let's see how good you guys can do. 5-second rule is simple. I'm going to give you 5 seconds to give me 3 answers to the question. If you answer
3 answers,
Jesus, 1 question. Okay.
Oh, man,
yeah. Adam is already mentally defeated.
And then you
Okay.
All
right. Well, let's start off with Yaz. We'll start off with Yaz. All right. I'll build it up here. All right. Here we go. Yaz Money. You grew up here in Arizona, right? Born and raised?
See.
Excellent. All right. Name 3 places in Arizona where you definitely get sunburned. Go.
The desert. Outside. I mean,
no.
Come on. What am I supposed to say?
Swing and a miss. I'll tell you what you're supposed to say. Kendall, name 3 places in Arizona where you definitely get sunburned.
The pool, hiking, the top of a roof.
There you go.
That's crazy because all of those things are outside.
No, you can't just say blatantly outside, bro. And you did. That was 1. You could have gave another answer. I would have accepted outside. Swing and a miss for Yaz. Point for Kendall. All right, Here we go. Cowboy Adam.
Yeah.
Name 3 things you should never eat at a gas station.
Egg rolls, sushi, and damn it.
Oh, so close.
You could have named anything.
Hot dogs.
Hot dogs.
Yeah, burritos. I mean, why'd you go so Asian centric, huh?
Well, because that's always where I've gotten sick.
Fair enough. Okay.
Nothing like gas station sushi. There you go.
All right, Kendall, name 3 excuses for leaving a concert before the encore.
The audience sucked. I'm not in the mosh pit, and the sound quality's bad.
Okay, there you go. See,
sounds personal.
Yeah. Honestly, you're projecting. So,
and I love it.
Okay, I'll give you 30 seconds to rant about the terrible audience at the 9 Inch Nails concert last night. Go ahead.
Dude, you are witnessing history. What is wrong with you? This is Atticus Ross with Trent Reznor on stage, giving you the best, light show, vocal show, guitars, everything you could ever want. Why aren't you moving?
Yeah.
What is wrong with you? You should be ashamed of yourselves. You should never go to a concert if you're not going to move and groove. That's why everyone's there. So if you're next to me and you're sitting down, stand up, because I'm going to be standing.
There you go. Yeah, all right. So she got that off her chest. Yeah. Hey, you got to do better, Arizona. Do better. Yeah, absolutely. All right. Back to the game here. Yaz Money. Try not to choke this time. All right. Name 3 songs that would be terrible as lullabies. Go.
Shout. Anything. I don't know.
WAP?
That would be great. That's what
That
I
would not
sing.
be
If I
a
had
good
children,
lullaby.
That's what I would sing them.
You'd be a terrible mom.
Listen. No, you know what? I was gonna.
You're worse than Cowboy Adam at this game. All
okay.
right, Cowboy Adam, same question. Go.
Disturbed, dropping plates, corn.
Yeah.
Shit. Sorry.
Did he just?
He did.
I
He did. The engineer just made me hit the dump button. That's what the engineer did.
Wow.
Yeah. He only grew up in this industry. That's all right. First
All
time
right.
for everything.
Well,
All right. All right. Last question, Kendall. All right. Name 3 bands you wouldn't want to play at your wedding. Go.
Disturbed. Oh no, I blanked out.
Swing and
It's
a
really
miss.
just Disturbed, as long as they don't come.
Why not, dude?
What's
You
wrong
wouldn't
with
even.
Disturbed?
Yeah.
I don't know. They're covers that ruined it for me. That's what it was.
Oh, well, yeah.
Oh,
Then
come
don't get a
on.
wedding band at all because guess what?
Yeah.
It's nothing but
Sound
covers.
of Silence
Yeah.
killed it.
All right.
No,
Yeah.
worst cover ever.
All right, here's the deal. We're going to continue this conversation on the podcast broadcast. On the podcast broadcast, I'm going to show you Yaz's reaction to my version of gentlemen problems. Yes, gentlemen have problems too. Us men have problems. We're just afraid to admit it. But I went down a list of the common problems us men endure and put it into a melody, and Yaz hated it. You can check that out, youtube.com/beefvegan, or stick around because we'll be back with more right after music from System of a Down on Rock 102.1 KFMA. Clear.
So my bad. I'm so sorry.
Don't feel bad about it. You know the deal. Shit happens. That's why they say it. Disturbed has a sickness and you don't want it to spread at a wedding.
That's a good one.
That's right. That's Todd. All right. With that, let's see. Let's see if I do let me cue it up. I did do a song. I did work very hard on the song. I did get it done in one take. Okay. And Yaz did hate the shit out of it.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah, and you could see in her face. It's kind of cringe inducing.
What was bad about it? Yeah,
I want
was it
you
the
to-
lyrics? Was it the beat?
No. You
No.
have to listen to it. Why don't you play it? I want her to hear it.
Okay, well, here we go. She asked for it, and this is what you get. Check it out. You get hit close to home. It's male struggles they wish that women took the time to understand. See, we're always being told as men to understand the struggles, the emotional complexities of a woman, right? But you feel like it's one-sided. There's issues that men deal with every single day.
It is completely one-sided.
Yes, that women just don't seem to understand, right? I get there's examples too. The comment thread on this was like, yes, preach, or whatever you would say. What's the typical saying a woman would say when they're Period. Okay. There you go. Yeah. Now, why are you looking at me?
Girl, clock in.
Yeah. Why are you looking at me kind of like, I don't know, like defensive or?
I don't know what you got up your sleeve. You never tell me what I'm walking into when I come in here.
I have nothing up my sleeve, just educating a good friend of mine, so that way, you and many other women out there can understand that us men deal with struggles every single day. Like how nobody ever compliments you. That's the thing, right?
No.
Well,
Okay.
Let me just go through this. Yes,
Okay.
Being looked at as a pervert or weirdo when you take your kids to the park, or a store, anywhere, that's a thing. ED or performance anxiety. Performance anxiety is a very real thing. You get too excited and you get too in your head. It can be frustrating and embarrassing. These are comments on here. When you pee first thing in the morning and your stream splits and sprays everywhere.
That's a personal problem.
No, that's not a personal problem. That's a very popular problem. The
but we don't
stream.
see that.
Yeah, no.
That is a you thing.
Oh, you see it in the morning when you got to clean it up and you're like, why can't you hit the bowl? It's like, because the main stream was in the bowl. The other two streams were on the wall in the mirror. It wasn't my bad. You know what I mean? So look, there's like peeing with the boner is a thing, or you can shake it, you can thump it, you can beat it against the wall, but until you zip the zipper, the laughs drop will never fall. The reason why I'm sharing you these issues here is because it's common amongst men, and women need to hear and feel our struggle too. But I think just talking about it on the radio, I don't think that really kind of conveys the message properly. That's why I wrote a song about it.
You're going to sing about it?
Write a song about it?
Yes,
Like
I
to hear it? Here it goes.
That's right. The struggle is real, yes, money. Just follow me on this, okay? They think we got it easy, life likes a free meal. Like every dude out here knows that the struggle is real. From the bathroom to the bedroom, from the park to the mall, we suffer in silence. I'm telling y'all, I wake up in the morning and I aim at the bowl, stream split sideways. Now I'm a mop and roll, sit on my balls in the middle of a date. And now I'm long stepping weird, trying to walk it off straight. Take my kids to the park, just being a dad. Mom's looking at me like I'm some creep in the van. And no one compliments me, not even on my shirt. But if I cry about it, they say, man up, don't be hurt. We got problems, baby. More than just two. I'm not just horny and angry, cause sadness sneaks through. And when I talk about feelings, they say that I'm soft. So I zip my lips until the laptop falls off. Gentlemen problems you don't understand. We're peeing with the boner, we're balding on demand. From ED to rejection, it's a raw ordeal, but I'll just keep on smiling cause the struggle is real. So if you try to ask her out with no signal at all, am I a creep or a king? That's a coin toss call. Height required, sorry bro, I'm not 6'3", but I could cook ramen noodles like a 5-star G. Mental health check, nah, we don't get that. We just drink beer and yell at football stats. And no matter how hard I shake, it's true. The last drop of pee always hits like peekaboo. Yes, we shuffle, we stretch, we do the awkward lean, unsticking sweaty thighs in them summer jeans. You think it's easy? Try just walking a mile with your pool balls glued like a fake smile. Gentlemen problems, you just don't understand. We're peeing with the boner, we're balding on demand. From EG to rejection, it's a raw ordeal, but I'll just keep on smiling cause the struggle is real. Struggle is real.
Preach, brother. Preach.
You're crazy. You're wild.
Todd's comment, I never see, let's see, I'm not sure if I've seen Yaz disassociate harder. There you go. So the struggle is real there, you know. In fact, actually, this intrigued Kendall to want to potentially do a song for us here soon. Not right now.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
And don't think it's going to be good, okay?
No, it's
sing.
gonna be
I can
like
sing
terrible,
as well as
but
beef.
terrible,
So.
but great. Now, first off, I didn't sing. I was going to sing if my secondary mic worked and I had a little bit of reverb, because that would have been fun. And but I didn't get an opportunity to, so I ended up just rapping it. But when I practice it, because I do practice it a little bit, in my condo last night by myself. Nothing sad about that. Yeah, I was singing.
Yeah.
I was singing a little bit. A little crooning, yeah. Maybe not the best song, but I was like, let me switch up the musical style a little bit, get a little synth pop in there, you know? That was
It
cool.
was sweet. It was like a sweet, sad 80s kind of vibe.
The reality is, yeah, it was sweet. It was because we're talking about man problems. We were talking about mental health, and there was a whole list that accompanied it.
Use your words.
Yeah, thank you. And the list goes like this: being shot down simply because you're not a certain height. That's a gentleman problem. Being expected to, excuse me, to step up in scary situations, even when you're scared shitless, right? Like that's a gentleman problem. Like, hey, you beat that guy up. He offended me, and you're like, that guy's a monster, right? The perception that men have just two emotions. We covered that in a song. Just rage and horniness. So all men are just like emotionless creatures, basically. Or all men are just con men trying to get sex, and that's not the case. Trying to figure out if she's into you or just being nice. This is a problem I have all the time, right? You know, I had that issue with the girl at Dunkin' Donuts at one time, and you remember that story?
No, maybe.
I said it on the air, so I was going through this Dunkin' Donuts every day. I switched Dunkin' Donuts, by the way, so I don't even go to that one anymore. But she was so nice. She would know she memorized my order. She would see me drive up, and you know, I wouldn't even have to order. She'd be like, "Pull on up, sweetie," or whatever. And then she was a cute girl, and I was just like, "Huh, maybe she She might be into me, right? So I was talking to Rico about it on the radio, and one of our kind listeners knew which Dunkin' Donuts I was talking about, so she drove through and told the girl.
No.
Yeah, and then told me about it. And so I'm like, oh no, right? And so I'm like, I got to go back there the next day because I'm a creature of habit. I get it every morning, right? And so then I pull up and I'm like, hey, and she's being super nice. I'm like, hey, did anyone come by yesterday? And she's like, oh, yeah. And she's like, so you're on the radio? I'm like, yeah, I have a little show, you know.
A little show.
Yeah, a little show. No big deal. I was like, yeah, I was just kind of like riffing and just saying if we like, I don't know if you were like flirting with me or you're just like really good at your job. And then before I could even finish that sentence, she goes, yeah, I'm really good at my job.
Oh,
Like that. And I'm like, yeah.
boom.
And I didn't even want to address the issue. I was just kind of speaking out my ass as I do. You know, it's radio, it's entertaining. You gotta speak these thoughts and, you know, elaborate.
For the content.
Yeah. And then I had to sit there like, yeah, you are. So good. All right. See you never,
Thanks.
you know.
Bye.
Yeah. So
I mean, I think it's safe to assume if it's somebody that's working, if they're on the clock, they're not flirting with you. They don't like you.
That's not
and
true.
if they are,
That's
they're
not
going to
true.
make the move. That's how that goes.
Okay.
That's
yes.
what I think.
Well, and I felt like she was making the move. I was wrong.
Well,
but, you
did
know.
she ask for your phone number?
No.
Well, then she
yeah,
didn't
she
make the
did,
move.
so I could put it in for the points and everything. And
Come on.
I was like, I know, dude. Well, that was a while ago, and I've since moved on, and we're good. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. But yes, so I just told my Duncan love story. But the reality is, you know, I had the same issue every time I rolled through Dutch Brothers because they wanted to know about my life so much they had to be into me. But that's kind of like the delusion.
That's what they do.
That's the delusion that men have. That's one of the gentleman problems that I sang about today is because we have these issues and you don't know. And then if you shoot your shot, are you a king or are you being a creep? You know what I mean? Like, okay, when was the last time, Yaz, that a man confidently out of nowhere went up to you and shot his shot? And I'm not talking about digitally DMing because there's ways where like if someone's liking all your posts, they're signaling, right?
Yeah.
But, you know, like you're in person, you're in public, you go to U of A games all the time, you're always at sporting events.
It was recent.
Okay.
It was recent, yeah.
Okay.
And this guy was like, at first was like trying to get a feel for me, but you know, like I have the resting bitch face, right? So like he came up to me and was like, he's just like, you look so mad. And I was just
That's
like,
usually offensive though, right?
It is, but the way he approached me wasn't like, it didn't piss me off when he said it, you know? It was like smooth. He's like, you look so mad. You know, like you
wanted to turn that frown upside down.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh no, I was like, I'm just really hot. And there was like an air vent that was like,
Was he like, yeah, you are?
no. And
Okay.
then it just
'Cause that
turned
would have been my
into
move. Conversation over.
I mean, it just, I heard everything I wanted to hear. He like complimented me and all these things. And I was just like, well, first of all, I can't entertain this.
Right.
So respectfully, I have to pass.
Yeah, the reason why I have this face is because I'm in a relationship. And this is the effect of that
sure.
said relationship. No, but let's see. It would be inappropriate to ask what was this? I feel like this is a black man's confident. Was it a black guy who?
No.
It wasn't.
No.
Okay. Because like brothers are confident, right? They'll come up
Right.
and they'll shoot their shot, you
Right.
know? Yeah. All right. So yeah, that was well, you know, all generalizations are wrong, and I get that. So, but okay, that was smooth. All right. What about you? You have anyone that shoots their shot at you, Kendall?
You know what's funny is the other week I was leaving my boyfriend's apartment and some dude like was shouting at me from across the parking lot. And it was like
totally different. Yeah.
No, it was one of those things where he was trying to get my attention.
He's catcalling
And
you.
Right.
I didn't know if it was going to turn into a flirting, like, hey, girl, what's up? Or if it was just like, I'm in crisis and I need help.
You got to break out your
Either
mace.
way, I bounced.
Yeah, did you
I
run?
ignored him. Yeah, I just got in my car because I was like, either way, I got to go.
All I can
don't
hear
have
is the
time for
audio.
this.
All I can hear is the audio that's on TikTok that's like, hey,
Yeah.
what's your name?
Right.
Yes.
That's a
yes.
young man's ignorance / confidence in the way that, like, when you're in your early 20s and you're so jacked up on testosterone,
Yeah.
you're overly confident and shoot your shot in such stupid ways. I had a
happens
buddy
a lot in the grocery stores too.
Well,
Ragged approach.
They say you should get picked up on in a grocery store, right?
No.
That's where you should meet people. I don't. I spend my own business. I was flirted on or hit on once at a grocery store when I was working out a lot, and since I have such of like a negative perception of myself, I didn't even see it coming. And it wasn't until after the fact where I was like, oh man, that lady totally wanted it. Like legitimately was like talking about fruit and stuff like that and trying to make a conversation. And I'm just wearing a shirt that's a little too tight, showing off my spectaculars. And I'm like, oh yeah, whatever, right? I'm just trying to get some food. Never once in my life have ever been in that situation before. But let me tell you about a young man's confidence, and then we'll go to commercial break. I knew a guy named Nick. I had to clown him so hard. All right. We would work together. We're driving a U-Haul, right? Setting up casino parties. Nick is so abrasive and so, blinded by his testosterone that if he saw a hot chick, right, he would blurt out, right? So we're driving 40 miles an hour in a U-Haul down the road. A woman is walking down the street on the sidewalk. She's walking on the sidewalk. And as we're driving by, he's like, hey, yo, bitch. Like that. And I'm like, what?
What's that supposed to do?
What did you just do, dude? Right? And he's like, oh, well, she was hot. And I'm like, what do you think is going to happen in this situation? We're going 40 miles an hour. You think she's going to be like Terminator 2 and just run after us and be like, hey, sexy, did you just yell out, hey, yo, bitch? Let's get it on.
Yeah.
Nothing stops me more than a
Yeah, dude. And on top of that, I had to point out to the fact that I was like, you know what time it is? It's 3:15 in the afternoon, and she's wearing a backpack. So you're yelling, hey, yo, bitch, to a junior high kid or high school? Like, get it together, man.
I'm dead.
Get it together. Yes. It was a drive-by, hey, yo, bitch. And to her, it's probably heard like, like, what? What the hell is that?
Jazz is going to cry.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen her laugh like this.
That was Nick in a nutshell, dude. I've had more stories about that guy, and I would try to school him on a regular basis. Like, I don't know if that's going to work, dude. I don't know if that's going to work.
No. That's why I wear headphones in public now.
Yeah, no, you should. You should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even that doesn't fully work.
Let's wrap things up with a beef tip right after these words. Join us, youtube.com/beefvegan. Yeah, I know, dude. I was like, and I'm driving. I'm looking over like, the fuck did you just do? Like, what is... And how is this going to get you laid at all? Like, I don't see
just
the logic.
Animal instinct.
Yes, it was
Dang.
animal instincts. I'll give you one more story about Nick while I'm talking about it, just because I love clowning this guy. He was a maniac, but in all the best ways. So he was in a relationship at one point, right? And we're setting up casino parties. So we're doing labor, right? We're lifting heavy tables out of a truck, going into ballrooms, setting it up, going back and forth. So Nick bends over in the truck and I see a red thong, right? Yeah. And I'm looking and I got my buddy John next to me and we both like fucking like hit each other. Like, what the fuck is that? I go, hey, Nick, you wearing a red thong? And he goes, the fuck you say to me? I go, are you wearing a red thong? He goes, yeah. How do you go from I'm gonna fight you to yeah? And he's like, my girl thinks it's sexy. I'm like, your girl's not here, bro. We're doing labor right now. We're doing man shit. You leave the red thongs at home, right?
Yeah, for
Nick
sure.
sounds like a cool dude.
Oh, maniac.
I like him.
Pennsylvania guy. Philly.
Yeah. Go Eagles.
Yeah, go Eagles, go.
Makes
Yeah.
sense.
That explains everything.
The math is mathing.
That explains
Big time.
everything.
Big time, dude. That guy, nonstop entertainment in all the worst ways. We called him Skullet because he had a receding hairline, but he grew his hair long.
The more you talk about him, the more I'm like, I want to meet this guy.
This is a guy who sounds like he doesn't give a...
If he lived in Tucson, he'd be in Cowboy Adam's seat right now. It'd be constant entertainment just because it was like, what the fuck? But yeah, that's Nick. Skullet, man.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. What'd you say to me? Oh, yeah. Let me tell you. Yeah. Don't we all? No, man. We do not. So, yeah. All right. No, that was...
I just figured something out about Yaz. It's the eyes that give her the face. Because even when she laughs, she doesn't look like she's like having a good time. Unless she's crying and holding her hand.
My eyes are big and droopy.
Right.
So they're
doughy.
They're sad.
Not.
Yeah.
I have sad eyes. Yeah, they're big sad.
No, that was her gang name in junior high.
really
Sad eyes.
Sad eyes. Yeah.
Sad eyes. I'd have been
She's
like,
a little
damn,
sad
I'm
eyes.
scared of her.
She's just a little sad eyes. There's a story I do want to talk about real quick before we wrap things up, and it's because your little boo boo thing, right? And they talk about it. There's a woman who literally sold her soul for a little boo boo doll collection. Yes,
And her name was Yasmoney?
yeah, it's going to be.
No, I'm not buying anymore.
She's a Russian woman. Her name's Karina, and she sold her soul for 100,000 rubles, which is about $1,180 American. Right, just to get her hand on some Labubus. There was a marketing expert named Dimitri posted on Telegram offering to buy someone's soul, and Karina reached out immediately and signed a contract with her own blood. In Russia, I guess it's a thing. And honestly, selling your soul for Labubu does sound like it's something you would need to do for these things. South Park, I think they embodied it perfectly.
They're $25 on Pop Mart. That's it. I don't understand.
Real ones or fake ones?
Real ones.
Yeah, but are those also the mystery box ones?
Yes.
So you don't know which one you're going to get?
Yes.
It's all gambling. They all these marketing and everything that's we pretty much see today with mystery boxes, it's 100% taken from the casinos. It really is. And it just feeds into that part of the brain where it really takes advantage of addiction, traits that we are kind of instilled with, which is not good. And if you see your kids like really gravitating for those, be careful, because alcoholism and gamble addiction, that could all be a thing. And very nice. Sorry.
I must have all the boo-boos when I'm out of vodka.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want all of them.
You just want the one that you have. What's the name of your little boo-boo again?
Nachito.
Yeah, Nachito, which is Nacho. In
Tiny
Spanish.
Nacho?
Tiny.
Cute.
Yeah.
Nachito.
Yeah, see, that's how they get you. A cute name. Rock. Go ahead. What were you gonna
He
say?
didn't come with that name, right?
No,
Of course
Yeah.
not.
my mom
Okay.
gave it to him.
Do they come with names?
No.
Well,
Okay.
they do. Like, this is like
We're
I
talking
forgot.
about her Labubu
I
and
forgot.
her addiction.
I forgot, but they each color has a different name. But you don't.
Okay,
It's like sea salt. Or something.
Let's wrap things up real quick. We like to thank everyone for watching the podcast
All
broadcast.
right.
YouTube.com/BeFegan. Yes, money, excellent job. Cowboy Adam, thank you as much. Kendall's going to be in tomorrow. Here's your beef tip. A writer for travel site 1 Mile at a Time says the trick to finding the best meal option on your next flight is think of them as leftovers, okay? If you're going to pick something, if you're on a long flight, they're going to offer you a meal, think to yourself, which one would taste better if you reheated them in the microwave? Because everything's going to be reheated in the microwave anyways. And he's like, if you do that little travel tip hack, you'll have the best food experience on an airplane that you can get.
I've never ate a meal on a plane.
No, I definitely wouldn't. That'd be a
gotta get you
secondary
some
beef tip.
trips.
Yeah. Well, that's all the time we have for the show. Thank you so much for listening. Drive safe, ride safe, and as always, rock local. Later.
When you
We did
wish
it.
upon a side of beef,
Hey, yo, bitch.
you will
Hey,
come and to all your grief. But if you've been mean or kind of bad, I will knock out all your